Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the ADK Rock and Metal channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the song Satan's War by the band Saltpig. Heard of them?
No.
Heard of them?
No, when I saw you on the list, it's like, can we please review this song? The name's fucking awesome. Saltpig.
And Satan's War. See, this is where we talk about band names.
Yeah.
It does make you intrigued. Now, based on that, Saltpig that would make me think of a grindcore type band.
Salt bacon, it makes me think of.
Or a hardcore band.
Yeah, grindcore, hardcore. Maybe gimmicky pig masks.
Yeah.
Butcher's apron.
It makes me just
was
think-
that too
Is it
obvious?
bacon?
It makes you think, when I'm in Sainsbury's, should I go for smoked or unsmoked bacon? Clearly I'm going to go for
It
the
makes you
smoked.
feel shop. It makes you feel
How do I
like
want my band ethos to be?
yeah,
Make
it's
people just-
interesting.
So what did
Query
you
bacon.
say? So you just one of us, should we try and guess?
I've got
Black and Flash.
Satan's War, the fact that it's that, and the song title.
Tongue-in-cheek heavy metal. Just made something up there.
I think I'm going to go for it's gimmicky band, so costumes and masks, and it's going to be sort of traditional over-the-top heavy metal parody type stuff.
I'm going for progressive death metal.
Yeah, I'm going to go for tongue-in-cheek thrash metal. Like New Album influence.
Okay, well, let's go check it out. Here we go.
Saltpig.
Fucking hell, dude. We were nowhere near.
This is like 70s, 80s.
Black Sabbath
Sabbath
worship.
Doom. Can't see anything on the screen, but I'm having to watch this one, Danny.
Using like Hammer Horror, even 1970s exploitation.
Yeah, I know. Sound effects.
So, I mean, it doesn't sound like any other band. Black Sabbath, really, isn't it?
It sounds like Sabbath with King Crimson singing.
I think it sounds like Ozzy. There is absolutely nothing new in this.
It's your favourite genre.
Yeah, I love Black Sabbath.
And the vocals are just buried in the fucking mix.
I think they want that, like,
They
garage,
want to shut him up.
garage rock type vibe, don't they? It's just
What else is there? Alright, let's get some thoughts on this one. From a minute and 20 in, so we've all said Black Sabbath there, haven't we? it's
There's
hard
no
to-
other influence on this music other than Black Sabbath.
You could take it back as far as that. I would say there's King Crimson in there as well, but just purely from some of the other stuff going on. The fuzziness of the guitar, riffs, it's the buried vocals behind it, the reverb that's thrown onto the vocal delivery.
Sometimes at the back of the room, doesn't it?
Yeah, shouting over, and it sounds.
Band banner at the front. He's backstage.
Fuzz booster on the guitar stomp pedal's been turned on maximum.
Well, it was all wrong with our predictions, anyway. Let's
Yeah.
start with that.
So is it a good name, Saltpig? I don't think it's a good name for a band for this. It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I wonder if it's a cross between Veruca Salt and
Remember that?
and some other thing. I don't know.
I mean, heavy psych sound. Heavy psych sound. That's either the record label or the
Yeah.
video production
Yeah,
company. I mean, that's a big clue. It's psychedelic, bluesy 70s
Does this
dude.
offer anything new? No. You said the inbox for ADK, there's 100 bands. If we knew and it described each one and it just said 70s influence Black Sabbath, we'd just ignore it.
Here's the thing: is if we didn't have the screen up and we didn't have it, would we just think we were listening to a Sabbath track we hadn't heard before?
With
I
a bit of
think
a 90s stoner rock vibe.
I'd have been listening to 70. I'd be listening to something off of a 70s Sabbath
a
album.
lost demo.
Yeah.
I think. It's
Because
that.
production's levels at demo standard.
I'm guessing this is new and this is all
Yeah.
deliberate. You know, the retro feel, the 70s vibe. It's all
Yeah,
deliberate.
Hammer Horror or like that.
Because even the video,
Exploitation.
they've gone back to 70s look in the video with this Scream Queen and stuff like that from the Hammer Horror sort of look. So there is a.
You see Baphomet's head kind of waving about as well. It's all, well,
The thing here is we could turn around and go, yeah, but they don't sound. They just sound like a Sabbath clone. Now the problem here is people go, we don't need it because you got Sabbath, but then Sabbath isn't touring. So if you were to go and watch a band that sounded like Sabbath live, there's a good band to go and watch.
We're talking about a band that sound like they're from 1973, Dave.
I think there's an audience for this.
But now we can go back to the audience. Who's going to gigs nowadays? It's all your 60-year-old blokes that've got expendable income.
Yeah.
Who want
They'd love that.
Sabbath and Zeppelin. They fucking love this. I guarantee these guys will be playing to packed houses because they love this shit. Because that's the audience. They can afford to go to gigs nowadays. They're the only people with expendable
But
fucking
my
income.
criticism, this just sounds like a song from 51 years ago. Let me just repeat. 51 years ago.
So,
what is the relevance of this in 2024?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgic
So there is
facts,
relevance to it,
new
yeah?
music from a video point of view and for watching listening to on Spotify, no reason. Going to live, there's a reason. If you want to listen to this sort of style of music live, there's a good reason for this to exist. And for them, putting this music is to let people know that this exists still, and it's not just in the Sabbath era. And if you're into this sort of music, you can come and watch it live, unless you want to go see a Black Sabbath tribute band, which is the other way around that. But if you want to see original music that plays that literally is basically you just time travel back 50 years to listen to this sort of stuff in a modern era, because everything is over-processed now. We've talked about sometimes where we hear bands that have over-processed the music, because sometimes we've got much more raw sound. This sounds like a raw demo from the 70s, and if you're really into that nostalgia element, it exists.
But we've already had stoner rock, desert rock, in the early 90s, Chaos, Blues for the Red Sun. That
But we've
rehashed
had every other type of metal, so should every other band not produce anything new?
I don't see much value in this. I know that sounds harsh. But
So Meshuggah don't need to put another album out, because we've heard all that stuff before, so we don't need them anymore. Don't need any Faith No More stuff. Mr. Bungle, that's pointless, because we've had that sort of music.
no, I don't think you're
Just
arguing from
pointless.
the right
It's all
spot.
pointless. It's all pointless. No need.
not.
Metallica should just fucking
This
stop.
is
Maybe they
just a
should stop.
pastiche style of Black Sabbath. What is the point?
It doesn't have to be a point, does it? These guys have thought, let's create a band
But here's-
with this style and enjoy ourselves.
So basically,
They're not going to set the world afire, are they? Or
so here, quick one. Low down. Can you stop playing, because we've already had Black Label Society, so we don't need you anymore.
So you just accusing them of
Sorry,
ripping
before
off Black
the
Label
sirens, can you not do it? Because we've had Kill Switch Engage and stuff like that before, so we don't need you anymore. Who else? Telescribe, we don't need us.
I don't agree with your reasoning.
You just said we don't need it because we've had Sabbath before.
But I did say that this sounds like something from 51 years ago.
Yeah.
Kill Switch Engage is what, 2004? If you use that example.
so
Twenty years ago.
they're doing something different then.
Oh, right, because
Yeah, 'cause no one's doing that in this
Because
country.
it's half a century old, this type of music. By the way, I love Black Sabbath, but I've heard so many bands clone them.
But
I don't hear anything remotely interesting.
It doesn't
in
help
this.
that this is not. You're not a big Sabbathy fan. I didn't.
I am. I'm a huge Sabbath fan. Those first 6
So is that
albums.
now because you take offence to this because it sounds too much?
So I'm not a huge Sabbath fan, so I'm not taking offence.
See, I am a huge Sabbath
I'm
fan.
not a huge Sabbath. I don't mind Sabbath. I don't take offence. So
I
don't
love the
take offence.
band. Master Reality.
So is that
one of
because
the
you
best
feel
bands
that
of
this
all
is
time.
like they're cloning Sabbath too much, and you're like, fuck off, leave Sabbath alone?
I just think
do you take original?
when I listen to a band and they've got only one influence, that's very difficult for me to find the positives. Can you hear any other influence other than Black Sabbath here?
That's like every doom band out there. They all have one influence: Sabbath. They just do it their own way.
Cathedral don't rip off Black Sabbath, and they're doom.
I have to say, I don't know many doom bands, so I'm just trying to antagonise.
I mean, let me add some positives. I like the production. I do like that he sounds like he's in the back of the room. They've actually gone for a bit of a nostalgic garage rock feel to it, haven't they? And that guitar tone, the fuzzy guitar tone, I like how they've captured that in the sound.
I'm just wondering, is it because it just sounds too much like it that? Because there are bands that we've heard come out before, and it's not just this video, we've done it before, but there have been bands that have come out that we've done videos of, and it sounds so close to being like, it just sounds like you're playing Metallica.
Yeah. Or
And you kind of go, well, you just sound like a Slayer clone. So we instantaneously go, well, we don't need.
Bear in mind, this is, I suppose.
So we want to see a bit of a
And this is
different.
one song. Their album, they might have different textures and different influences. They might even have a different style for each song on the album, which would be amazing. Like, wow, you just got from Black Sabbath to Pink Floyd to Primus, whatever.
So,
So we're only judging one song here, aren't we?
So I'm thinking it's probably because you're sort of saying that the idea is that because they're not showing any other form of originality, it just sounds like Sabbath.
Just one band so far.
This one song. So
For
this
1
one
minute and
song,
20 seconds.
because it sounds so much, that shows the DNA is 100%.
Yeah.
Sabbath and gets the rest of it, so push you off. And that's a fair point, because there are bands, every other band you would expect them to show the DNA. If you've got 5 members in a band, you can't just all just sound unless you're trying. I mean, we saw that with, what was it, Greta Van Fleet and Led Zeppelin?
Oh, God, yeah. That band are insufferable, yeah.
But they do sound like Led Zeppelin.
And claim that they're not influenced by them, which is hilarious.
Which is weird. But okay, let's keep going. Let's finish off this song. I'm not trying to attack you on that, but I wanted to, because you were so skinny on it.
See, at least it's speeded up, but the Sabbath playing this tempo as well, aren't they?
I mean, it is very cliche. Don't like the darkness of the video, it's just too dark. And what's this? So Satan's War, is he Satan? I'll have to watch down here, I can actually see it.
Actually, that's quite interesting. The melodic uplift there, that's not Black Sabbath. Yeah, I've started to move away from that, okay.
Now it sounds more King.
Yeah, I'm a bit more
I'm getting lost though, I can't hear it. Bass is going really hard. System of the Universe. That's System of the Universe.
See, I think we have moved a bit away from Black Sabbath. That was harsh. It was only 1 minute 20 seconds right now.
You harsh? Never can. Face is starting to annoy me now. Okay, we get it. She's running and you're walking really slow, which means you should be getting further away from her.
Yeah, surely. Even in high heels.
Even in high heels, he's walking the slow.
Dressed like a stereotypical bimbo. Pentatonic blue solo. It's not a stoner rock, isn't it?
It just sounds a bit jazzy. It actually sounds like a live performance, like from a gig.
That's a cool. I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I've been a bit more positive on that. That classic 1960s rock sound there, like Mitch Richmond.
Yeah. I mean, that is Sabbath. That was the Sabbath drum fills. There is a lot of it. Video album cover. Okay, there we go. So Saltpig and Satan's War. Let's round it up then. So let's go to Mr. Negative over here, Kirk.
I'm a bit more positive after that. So the first 1 minute and 20 seconds was a pastiche of Black Sabbath, and then it actually experimented with other sounds. You heard noise rock in there towards the end. I love some of those drum fills. We said it's got that 60s Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix experience feel to it. And there was actually a melodic uplift in there at some point that I couldn't quite place my finger on. So I'm actually going to retract what I said. There is value in this. I don't think they're influenced by just one band. And I was too harsh after hearing just a snippet, 1 minute and 20 seconds. That actually did keep me guessing towards the end. So not as negative after hearing the whole song.
Andy?
I still feel that it's very, very Sabbathy. Not just, you know, it could, you know, if you didn't know, as we said, it could be just like a lost B-side from somewhere. Listening more intently, now we've had the initial sort of introduction to the song. The drums, other than the cymbals, are non-existent. I think, apart from the sort of yeah, there's quite an up-tempo sort of fill and sort of outro passage, which is okay. Video's got absolutely no rewatch value because it's the same sort of three elements. It's the distressed woman, not even running, tottering away from a pursuer, which it looks like some sort of Christopher Lee type figure. And it's just the same repeat. And I did quite like the sort of long-horned goat, Baphomet, Satan type sort of image that kept sort of appearing in the second half. But I think they've gone for what they've wanted, which is Sabbath tribute in sort of sound and visuals. You know, the 70s throwback, nostalgia, and I think there is a market for it. You know, yeah, Doom has been awash with Sabbath clones, but then I think it's all been lapped up and all enjoyed. I think live these guys would be good. I wouldn't want to see any more music videos, I don't think, but an album worth of material, yeah, I think I'd check it out. And, you know, there's still a place for it in, as you said, Kirk, 51 years later, in my opinion.
So it's down to me to wrap this up. So, I hear Sabbath, I hear King Crimson in there. It sounds like a live recording from a live performance, either in a big rehearsal studio or just at a gig somewhere. The drums, the more chaotic they got, the more it reminded me of Symptom of the Universe by Black Sabbath. And it just became incomprehensible nonsense as it got further and further on. The video, as you said,
freestyle, do you think?
It just like, da, 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 da. And because of the poor quality of the production, it just became noise. It was really hard to kind of follow it and get into it. It would have sounded better with a better production, which is why it makes me think they've recorded this as a live take. If they haven't done this as a live take and they've intentionally gone for this sound,
I think they have.
They need to be kicked in the nuts hard.
I think they want to capture that energy
Just-
of the Stooges and transport that to a Black Sabbath type guitar setting.
I mean, maybe that's why people dropped acid when they used to go to this, just because it made it sound better. They were just like, whoa, dude. I mean, I'm so going to Woodstock. Because, to be honest, it was just, if you're trying to break it down from a musical viewpoint, they need to sort out that quality on that of the overall sound. It was just too fuzzy with the amount of complexity that the drum fills were going on. It just made it really hard to follow. From a video point of view, you're right, it's no rewatch value. To me, that is a lyric video without the lyrics being put on the screen.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
It's got a little bit of background story, just enough to keep going in the background, but no fucking lyrics on the screen, because it was just the same images repeated.
Yeah. That'd work as a lyric video. It's
So-
probably more enjoyable.
Someone forgot to put someone basically loaded it up in the video editing suite and muted out the bloody lyric line, is what that sounds like to me, in all honesty. But I don't know. As far as listening to this band again, there's nothing there for me to come back to just because of the sound. I probably, if this had been a better production, there might have been something for me to come back to. But I don't, like with me and black metal, I can't stand the production on black metal.
It's all with this and that. I was thinking black metal production. It's all intentional.
Yeah.
It's a hark back to the early days.
We intentionally want to sound shit.
Yeah.
It's basically like
Yeah. I think it's the
we want to
Raw
sound,
would be the
we
word,
want to
yeah.
sound like we didn't give a fuck in the recording studio.
Yeah.
Which is just a good excuse for not spending any money in the recording studio, basically. That's what it was. Black metal was budget. You had no budget, so you just recorded it as it was. And then they go, it's a great sound. Things improve. Production improves. Be better at what you do. Get a better sound.
Yeah, I mean, black metal was a reaction against death metal. They thought that had gone stale, so they wanted it to sound like a sabotage operation. Yeah.
Anyway, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.